Holding space is about showing up authentically and creating safety in the moments that matter most. From parenting littles to navigating friendships and partnerships, I reframe tantrums, conflicts, and messy feelings as invitations to connection. I'm Julia Clark, a psychotherapist and play therapist with over 30 years of experience walking alongside children, families, and the people who care for them. Each episode explores the building blocks of emotional literacy, co-regulation, and boundaries, while honoring the intergenerational stories we carry within. Blending science with lived wisdom, I believe growth is playful, healing is possible, and we are all learning together. Hi, I'm Julia, and together we're holding space. Over the past 9 episodes, we've been building the foundations of emotional safety, naming feelings, learning to regulate, and using tools like the feelings wheel and I feel statements to help us connect more deeply. Now we're turning a corner. We're beginning a new chapter in our journey, one that takes us inside the playroom. Because play isn't just entertainment. It's the language of childhood, and when we learn to listen to that language, we discover a whole new way to understand and support our children. This episode is the first block in our new series, The Language of Play. Think of it as the next layer of the puzzle we're piecing together. Where before we focused on feelings and regulation, and now we're exploring the deeper question: how do children actually show us what's going on inside? What is non-directive play therapy? Non-directive play therapy is one of the most beautiful, respectful ways to support a child's healing. It's rooted in trust, attunement, and the deep belief that children know what they need. When we offer them the right environment, one that feels safe, permissive, and accepting, children will bring forward the parts of themselves that need healing, often without words. This approach was pioneered by Virginia Axline, who created 8 guiding principles that are still at the heart of this work. 1. Develop a warm, friendly relationship with the child. 2. Accept the child unconditionally. 3. Create a feeling of permissiveness so the child feels free to express themselves. 4. Be alert to recognize and reflect the child's feelings. 5. Respect the child's ability to solve problems. 6. Respect the child's ability to lead the process. 7. Allow the process to progress at the child's pace. And 8. Set only the limits necessary to keep the experience safe and grounded in reality. Now, these principles aren't just therapy room guidelines. They're invitations for how we show up in our homes, classrooms, and communities too. What this looks like in action. Let me ground this in an example. A child comes into the playroom, quiet at first. They head straight to the sand tray. They bury a mom figure in the sand and place a dragon close by. They don't say a word, but their play speaks volumes. In that moment, I don't ask, "Why is mom buried?" or "What does that dragon mean?" Instead, I stay present. I reflect gently. "You're keeping the dragon close," or "There's a lot happening beneath the sand." And over time, through repetition and return, themes begin to emerge: fear, protection, sadness, anger, in their own way, in their own time. What reflecting looks like. Reflecting is one of the simplest but most powerful tools we have. It sounds like you're putting all the soldiers on one side. Or, that dog looks like it's protecting the baby. Or, you're adding a lot of blocks on top of each other. These are simple observations that honor what is happening without labeling it as good or bad. You're not interpreting "you must be angry," but you're creating space for feelings to surface safely. Bringing this into parenting, non-directiveness doesn't belong only in therapy rooms. It can be practiced anywhere, at home, in classrooms, and in moments of everyday life. For example, your child is building with Lego. The tower keeps falling. Instead of rushing to fix it or saying, "Here, do it like this," you might reflect, that tower fell again. You were working so hard to build it up. Or your child is drawing, then suddenly rips the page. Instead of, "Why did you do that?" you might reflect, you decided to tear it up. Something felt really big in that moment. It's not about interpreting or controlling. It's about creating a safe space for whatever is inside to come forward. When we reflect instead of direct, when we trust instead of interpret, we're sending a powerful message. We're saying you are safe, you are accepted, you can bring your whole self here. And that message, whether in therapy, at home, in the classroom, is what allows healing to unfold. So here's my invitation for this week. Notice where you might be tempted to fix, direct, or interpret. Take a deep breath. Ground yourself. And simply reflect what you see. See what shifts when you hold space instead of filling it. Looking ahead, this is just the beginning of our journey into the language of play. In the next episodes, we'll explore the difference between everyday play and therapeutic play, why children don't need to talk in order to heal, and how symbols, repetition, and stories in play reveal what's happening in the child's inner world. And soon, we'll widen the lens even further, looking not just at children's play, but at how our own stories, triggers, and nervous systems as parents shape the healing process too. Non-directive play isn't about having the right toy or the perfect script. It's about presence, reflection, and trust. Because when we give children permission to be fully themselves, they'll show us what they need to heal. Thank you for being here and for holding space with me. If the content of this podcast really resonated with you and you'd like to go even deeper, I'd love to invite you to step into this work more fully. Beyond the podcast, there are many ways that we can connect. Individual therapy for your child, parent coaching or support for yourself, and deeper I Am sessions that explore intergenerational patterns. Additionally, I also offer webinar workshops and weekend retreats for parents, classes, intensive trainings and supervision for therapists, and large group presentations for educators or school presentations. Each are designed to help us hold space for the next generation of children in safe, attuned, and meaningful ways. You can learn more and explore what fits best for you at clarity.family.